running back room. Isaiah Gusto, Dallan Hayden, freshman, Hood,
Yep.
and Michael Welch, the one and only Charlie Offerdahl, who's running with the Ones right now. A lot of competition in that room with Coach Flea. We got some clips right here from Dallan Hayden and Coach Flea and what they said this past week. The clip from Coach Flea, of course, is Unk and Chico exclusive, but we'll get to that one after the Dallan Hayden comment right here.
It's been good. The coaches have done a great job. Explaining the scheme, not trying to give too much, too early. Shador, he always talk to me in the backfield. I can always confirm with him what I have. So it's been great.
Was last year difficult for you? Just kind of because you had a bigger role in 2022. Was last year difficult to accept something lower?
Yeah, for sure. It was difficult. Played a lot my freshman year. Then I get redshirted the next year. But everything happens for a reason. Just trusting God's plan, and they'll be all right.
I like Dallan a lot. He was explosive at Ohio State his freshman year. Like he said, he has a chip on his shoulder and something to prove here at Colorado after not getting a lot of playing time at Ohio State last year. Has he been looking the part out there in the first week of practice? Is he running with the ones, or is he running with the twos, or is it kind of like a whole rotation?
It's a whole rotation. But first of all, let me say this: the brother from Memphis. I else with Memphis. Memphis is making easy money pimping in style.
It's style or it's serious?
Yeah, I rocks with Memphis. He brings a lot to the table, man. I love what I've seen hands wise out of the backfield. He's shown he can catch a pass. I think at this point in the process, rightly so, is Charlie Offerdahl. That's why you see him with the ones. You don't get elevated from walk on to scholarship and not get the opportunity when camp starts to show your stuff. Having said that, when you look at Charlie's running style, which his heart just cannot be measured, and you look at Micah, the freshman, his running style, and you look at what Hayden is bringing in, I think those three are going to be in the mix, but Hood ain't no slouch either. Coach Flea, to me, is just like Coach Hart in the linebacker side. He's got some job security because he got some good choices to choose from. It ain't like he's choosing from one guy and the other six are garbage. Like, he got some guys that can run. But I think it's going to end up, like I've been saying repeatedly, and I'm going to keep on saying, it's going to be about matchups wise. Who gives us the best advantage, not only in this game versus the opponent, but in this situation. Because Micah, the true freshman, that bowling ball style that he does, dude, I'm going to give it to him 31 on the goal line before I give it to Charlie. And that's no diss to Charlie. It's just look at Micah's body. He's built for that. And then when you look at runs, yards after the catch, Hayden is looking good. Running back game is too early to tell. But here's what I want to point out to everybody. Same intensity. Because 6 months ago, 3 months ago, y'all talked about the upheaval in the running back room. And look how quickly it is rebuilt and been rebuilt with some straight up dogs. Coach Flea got this.
Yes, y'all better listen out. If Coach Prime is trusting Coach Flea and all the coaches around him, and y'all see what he's doing, improving his roster, then y'all got to trust with him. I see in the chat it said, in Coach Prime we trust.
Absolutely.
Well, that means that, here we go, in Prime we trust. That means that, hey, you got to trust his decision making also, and the guys that he's chose to bring in or let go or whatever, and as a whole. So, hey, in Prime we trust. We are Dub CP. We're riding with Coach Prime. Shout out Lourdes Vince, 1999 super sticker. I don't know how you use the super sticker or what it is, but I appreciate you for the super sticker. Coach Dre up in here. Terrell Timmons, no, I think he's a red shirt. Off the top of my head, I think he's a red shirt, or he's a junior actually, right?
Hey, look, let me tell you this, Big Dog, and
Yeah.
to all the listeners out there. Since the year before the pandemic, going through the pandemic, I don't know what nobody classification is no more, because it don't mean
isn't that crazy?
No more. 5 years ago, a joker was a junior or senior, and it meant something. A joker could be a senior now and still have 3 years eligibility left. So I don't even get caught up in shirts and reds and what year they are in class, because, man, in college football now, it don't matter.
Yeah, it really don't matter, because you can have you got an extra year because of this. I wish I had those extra years when I played.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be back in the day, you could do a red shirt coming as a freshman, and then if you got injured, a medical red shirt.
A medical red shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had known about that earlier enough. I would have said my back hurting. Staying. All right,
I
let's
saw
get to.
somebody. I don't run from controversy. I saw
Let me
somebody
see.
comment to say Coach Flea is tripping. They don't like having two backs. I don't know what football you've been watching, whether it's college or pro. Everybody got two backs to get the ball down. Like
I must have missed that one.
that's just the way that the running back room operates because you have different situations. And so you're going to have for sure two playing, maybe even three, but you're going to have a bell cow. That's your main guy. Like you're going to have that present itself. But situationally, whether it's fatigue during the game, yardage needed for the first, situation on the clock, running style, all that comes into play on who's going to get the ball in this situation versus that one. Having said that, I just like the overall talent of the room.
I mean, how many running backs y'all remember, especially recently? You know one, but boom, you know the other also, like the Lindell Whites and the Reggie Bush. You know these guys, Lindell White and Chris Johnson. You know these guys because of that 1-2 punch, so to speak. But then sometimes there's even a third back.
Yeah, absolutely.
That scat back, that third down back, or the special teams guy who's doing all the kick returns. But you had to get the ball in his hands because he's so explosive. I think that's to be the situation this year. We got guys that you just have to get the ball in their hands and see what they can do with it. You know, we're gonna see what Coach Flea said about that right here as we go to this clip presented by the Glass House Opticals out in Denver, Colorado. Go shop with them, get you some. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Coach Flea.
Yes, sir.
We're 5 days into this thing, man. What are you seeing from your running backs and the offense so far?
From the running back standpoint, I see the chemistry is there where we need to be. And also, we have great dialogue. And they go out there and run a play. They see something, they come right to me. They go to Coach T. Rob, and they want the answer. And we got to do a good job as far as getting them the answer so they can move on to the next phase. So I like how they're motivated to be great as far as their football IQ. Run game, we're going to get better. We understand defense. We have the good part about what we have a great defense that's good at stopping the run, so that's going to make us better as we move forward. Offensively, we're still building that chemistry. You see a lot of good things. You see some things we got to build on. But the most important thing that we're working together, and we understand the things that that's our strength and where our weakness. And I think Coach Sherman doing a good job as far as scheming, game planning, and fitting practice to overcome those things that we're trying to make stronger.
After hearing that, I know you already heard it before. What are you thinking? And what do you take from that?
Right on. Man, give me the Afro pick to put up right there. Right on. Like that's the mentality you got to have. Like when I had that conversation with him, for Unk and Chico Live, we recorded that on day 5, which would have been Friday. It's week 1, man. Still evaluating, but you like the way everything is moving apart, and Shermer is making sure people get their not just reps, but reps in the right situations. And so I'm liking where we are, man. I don't have a lot of concerns, about the run game and what they bring to the table.
Man, once again, I'll say this, and he mentioned Coach T. Rob in there, who we mentioned earlier, and talked about how he was a running backs coach at Texas A&M. If you look around, and we talked about that with the special teams and offensive line last week with Coach George Hageman there, who's over what he's over, but he's on the field helping with the offensive line because he played in the NFL as an interior offensive lineman. Why wouldn't he be over there helping with that offensive line? So now you got Coach Lodeholt and a high-level assistant next to him coaching, along with Coach Flea with a high-level assistant next to him coaching with Coach T. Rob coaching the running backs. I think you can look at pretty much every position on Colorado's team where you have those guys being coached by a main coach and then another coach, additional coach who has that extra NFL type experience. This team here is in a better place than it was last year. Unk and Chico live once again. This has been a Sunday takeover. Shouts out to Goonsville Clothing. Shouts out to Glass House Opticals. Drink white cocoa. Put it in the chat right now. Whatever you represent, whatever you got going on. Uncle Neely, what's that right there?
Shout out to Lil Prime. I got Lil Prime with me. They got Lil Prime with me.
Man, we call Bucky Lil Prime. Prime Junior.
This little Prime. I got to update the shoe game though, but you know. Hey, look, you got real hair too.
Man, they said Uncle Neely was hilarious, dog, man. He said that little Prime.
Yeah, LL Prime.
LL Prime.
Then you can dip that thing too, look, Chico. You can dip that thing. Which way you
Got
want
it to the side.
Yeah.
I know what he got. I know where he got those glasses from.
The glass house.
And that's what it is. All right, man. Hey, appreciate y'all joining in. Little Prime. Y'all go get y'all that book behind Uncle Neely right there. You know what I'm saying? Elevate, dominate.
Yeah. 21 days to win on and off the field.
100%. Good show. We appreciate you guys. We're going to be up and about of here. Peace in the Middle East. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. Big Dog Chico. Yeah.
Out.